Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I am your host Jenny. Today, we've got some fascinating stories to share. First up, a South Korean artist named Mocha Lee is making waves by turning strangers' Instagram photos into highly coveted portrait paintings, selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. She's blending Western oil and Asian watercolor techniques, and even reaching out directly to her subjects online. Talk about modern art innovation. Next, a dramatic incident on Hong Kong streets. An out-of-control truck rolled forward on Cheung Hong Street, crashing into a lamp post and causing injuries. The driver and passenger were hospitalized, and the incident has raised concerns about the steep incline of the road, which has seen other serious accidents before. It's a reminder of how tricky driving can be on those hilly streets. Lastly, the Hong Kong stock market experienced some tiny fluctuations after China released mixed economic data. While some indexes nudged up slightly, the market showed signs of cautious optimism amid conflicting reports on retail sales, industrial output, and property prices. Investors are watching closely to see what's next for this dynamic economy. Please continue to stay tuned for more detailed stories. CNN vividly highlights the innovative artistry of Mocha Lee, a young South Korean painter who transforms the endless scroll of Instagram into captivating portraits. With her keen eye for the unique and her method of reaching out directly to her subjects via social media, Lee captures the essence of modern self-expression. Her paintings, created with a blend of traditional Western oil techniques and Asian watercolor-inspired layering, have garnered international acclaim, selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars and earning her a spot on Artsy's Vanguard list. Her work exemplifies how digital platforms can serve as a rich source of inspiration, allowing her to observe and interpret the curated self-presentations of countless individuals, ultimately bridging the digital and artistic worlds in a way that resonates globally. South China Morning Post narrates a gripping incident on Hong Kong's steep Cheung Hong Street, where a truck, apparently parked to unload goods, unexpectedly rolled forward and crashed into a lamp post. The dramatic scene was captured on video, showing the vehicle executing a wild 180-degree U-turn before colliding head-on into the lamp post at a pedestrian crossing. The accident resulted in injuries to both the driver and a passenger, with the latter being rescued from the trapped position by firefighters. This incident echoes past tragedies on the same steep incline, notably a deadly bus accident in 2018 that caused multiple fatalities and injuries. The narrative underscores the dangers posed by Hong Kong's challenging terrain and the ongoing risks associated with heavy vehicles navigating such steep roads. The South China Morning Post also reports on the fluctuating performance of Hong Kong stocks amid China's mixed economic data. The Hang Seng Index experienced a slight rise of 0.1%, buoyed by gains in the tech sector, while Chinese markets showed modest improvements, with the CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite edging higher. Despite some declines in pharmaceutical stocks like Wuxi Biologics and Sinopharm, other sectors such as jewelry and banking gained ground, driven by rising gold prices and positive retail sales figures. The report emphasizes that China's retail sales surged by 6.4% in May, surpassing economist expectations, while industrial output and fixed asset investment growth fell short of projections. Meanwhile, China's property market faced a downturn with a 0.22% decline in new home prices, marking the worst drop since October, amidst a broader regional trend of cautious optimism and economic recovery signals. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has recently received a pay increase, elevating his salary to overtake that of former U.S. President Donald Trump. While Albanese's new salary of approximately $622,071 places him among the highest-paid global leaders, he still trails behind some of his Asian counterparts, such as Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, who earns a staggering $2.5 million SGD, and Hong Kong's Chief Executive John Lee, with an income of about $1.1 million HKD. This pay rise, determined annually by the Australian Remuneration Tribunal, reflects economic considerations and comparisons with private and public sector pay, positioning Albanese in the top echelon of government salaries worldwide, yet still below some European and Asian leaders. The article highlights the disparities in political compensation across nations, with European presidents like Emmanuel Macron earning around €182,000 and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi taking home roughly $35,822 annually, illustrating how political remuneration varies widely depending on national contexts and governance philosophies. Nikkei Asia explores Japan's evolving corporate governance landscape, emphasizing the proactive shift among domestic investors and the increasing engagement of foreign funds in shareholder voting. Seth Fisher of Oasis Management notes that Japanese investors are now more assertive, actively challenging management decisions and advocating for higher returns, a significant change from the past. With Japan's corporate governance code turning 10, companies like Hitachi and ASICS exemplify notable improvements, yet Fisher urges further progress, particularly in board diversity and management accountability. He criticizes the sluggish response of some corporations and foreign investors' reluctance to fully participate, urging international funds like BlackRock and Norges Bank to embrace Japan's new governance environment. Fisher's activism, including proposals for company reforms and shareholder votes against management, underscores a broader push for transparency and performance-driven leadership, signaling a transformative era in Japan's corporate culture that aims to enhance shareholder value and corporate accountability. The South China Morning Post discusses the dire situation facing Hong Kong's cinema industry, with numerous long-standing venues closing at an alarming rate amid changing consumer habits. The closure of iconic cinemas like Golden Harvest's Megabox location and the historic Grand Ocean Theatre exemplifies a broader decline, with only 51 cinemas remaining in the city, less than half the number from the 1990s. The rise of streaming platforms and technological advances has shifted audience preferences towards on-demand viewing at home, diminishing traditional cinema attendance despite some efforts to produce blockbuster hits like The Last Dance and Twilight of the Warriors. To revive the industry, experts suggest innovative approaches such as integrating food and live performances into cinema experiences, inspired by successful models in mainland China. Proposals include relaxing licensing restrictions to allow cinemas to host sports, concerts, and other events, transforming them into multi-purpose entertainment venues that could attract new audiences and generate revenue, ensuring the survival of Hong Kong's cultural and cinematic heritage in a rapidly changing entertainment landscape. According to South China Morning Post, Hong Kong stands on the brink of revolutionizing global healthcare through its unparalleled access to a comprehensive, multi-generational health data system. Professor Wang Haiba from Guangzhou highlights that Hong Kong's clinical management system, which has accumulated over 11 million patient records from its public hospitals since the 1990s, surpasses systems in North America and Europe in scope and standardization. This vast, unified database offers a unique opportunity for AI to analyze disease management, treatment outcomes, and patient health trajectories, positioning Hong Kong as a potential leader in AI-driven medicine worldwide. The city's proactive initiatives, such as the Big Data Analytics platform launched in 2018, facilitate research and operational efficiency, with AI applications already improving diagnostic processes and reducing errors in hospitals. Wang advocates for integrating mainland China's AI healthcare innovations, like Alibaba's AI models, into Hong Kong's system to enhance performance through external validation, emphasizing the importance of diverse data sources to advance AI's real-world applicability. The South China Morning Post reports that DBS Hong Kong is aggressively expanding its wealth management services amid a booming asset management industry, driven by resilient investor confidence despite geopolitical tensions. The bank plans to hire 100 relationship managers over the next 3 years and inaugurate a new flagship wealth center next year, designed to cater to high-net-worth clients from Hong Kong and mainland China. This expansion is fueled by a surge in market activity, with the Hang Seng Index rebounding impressively after a sharp decline triggered by US-China trade tensions, and daily stock turnover reaching 242 billion Hong Kong dollars, a 120% increase year-over-year. Wealth management revenue has soared by 86% in the first quarter, with a significant portion from overseas clients seeking diversification and better returns through Hong Kong's liquid markets and comprehensive investment products. As Hong Kong aims to surpass Switzerland as the world's top cross-border wealth hub by 2027, DBS and its rivals are betting heavily on the city's strategic position and growing affluent population to sustain this momentum. South China Morning Post also shares the compelling story of Helio Goncalves, a Brazilian footballer who has made Hong Kong his home for over 17 years. Goncalves, a former Kitchi player and captain, recounts his deep attachment to Hong Kong, which he credits for his personal growth and spiritual development. His journey was marked by resilience, especially during his son's severe illness from Guillain-Barré syndrome, which he faced with unwavering faith and gratitude towards the club's support. Goncalves' story underscores his enduring love for Hong Kong, where he raised his family and built a life, despite the longing to return to Brazil. His dedication extends beyond football. He is now pursuing coaching licenses, aiming to stay connected to the sport in Hong Kong. His narrative reflects a broader theme of cultural integration, perseverance, and a profound sense of belonging that has kept him rooted in Hong Kong's vibrant community. The South China Morning Post highlights the optimistic outlook of veteran fund advisor Richard Lawrence Jr., who sees Asian stocks as being on the foothills of recovery, with significant long-term upside potential driven by attractive valuations and a largely overlooked market. Despite recent setbacks from China's economic slowdown and U.S. interest rate hikes, the region's stocks are trading at lower multiples, 16 times earnings compared to the global average of 21, making them ripe for growth. Lawrence emphasizes that markets in China, Southeast Asia, and some developed Asian economies are poised to reward patient investors, especially as geopolitical tensions ease and technological breakthroughs, like China's advancements in artificial intelligence, bolster regional confidence. His value-oriented investment approach favors companies with strong business models, integrity in management, and attractive valuations, advocating for contrarian investments amid widespread pessimism, which he believes signals excellent long-term opportunities. The Toronto Star reports on Abax Technologies' recent launch and active trading of its physically deliverable gold Singapore futures, a groundbreaking product in Asia's trading landscape. As the only USD-denominated, kilobar-sized gold futures contract based in Singapore, it caters to refiners, banks, and physical traders seeking regional price discovery and hedging tools amid soaring gold prices. The contract's debut saw immediate engagement from 8 market makers across Asia and beyond, underscoring growing regional demand for transparent, physically backed gold trading. Abax's innovative platform aims to modernize physical gold markets by integrating spot and futures trading through secure electronic transactions and efficient OTC transfers, supporting the shift toward a low-carbon economy with infrastructure for LNG, carbon, and battery materials. This development signifies a strategic move to meet today's trade flows and establish new benchmarks in the commodities sector. The South China Morning Post also explores the vibrant evolution of contemporary Chinese ink art through the experiences of collectors like Lisa Chiba, Douglas Wu, and Chloe Soon. Once dismissed as old-fashioned, ink painting now thrives as a dynamic art form blending tradition with innovation, as evidenced by exhibitions like Tradition Transformed in Hong Kong. Wu's perspective shifted from viewing ink as purely traditional to appreciating its abstract, colorful, and emotive potential, exemplified by works of artists like Xing Chongbin and Wallace Ting. Soon's collection reflects a modern approach, integrating detailed gongbi techniques with contemporary themes and supporting emerging female artists. Chiba emphasizes collecting what resonates personally, viewing art as an investment in cultural identity and emotional expression. These collectors highlight how modern Chinese ink art continues to reinvent itself, embracing abstract expression, realism, and vibrant color, making it a living dialogue between tradition and contemporary creativity, with endless opportunities for cultural and personal exploration. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights Astron Corporation's bold decision to return to its Australian roots by relocating its corporate headquarters and share listing from Hong Kong to Australia. This strategic move involves creating a new Australian-listed entity, AUS Newco, which will replace Astron's Hong Kong parent, granting shareholders direct voting rights and simplifying ownership structures. The transition aims to strengthen governance, align more closely with local investors, and streamline compliance, especially with Australian land and resource regulations. Astron's flagship Donald project, a rare earths mine in Victoria, stands at the forefront of this transformation, with recent advancements in permitting, drilling, and engineering bringing the company closer to a final investment decision. The project's potential to supply critical materials like neodymium and dysprosium, vital for green technology and defense, underscores Astron's long-term strategic importance. With partnerships such as Energy Fuels in the US and a significant offtake agreement with Jindy, Astron is positioning itself as a key player in the global rare earths market, confident that its Australian domicile will attract investment, talent, and support for its ambitious growth plans. South China Morning Post reports on the rising interest of Hong Kong's affluent clients in diversified and structured investments amid ongoing market uncertainties. Eliza Law from Standard Chartered Bank reveals a significant uptick in clients upgrading to the private priority segment, with assets exceeding $1 million, fueling the bank's goal of capturing $200 billion in global wealth management over the next 5 years. Wealthy individuals are increasingly seeking sophisticated, high-return products like equity-linked structured investments, driven by a desire to enhance their financial knowledge and navigate volatile markets. Standard Chartered's strategic expansion of wealth management centers across Hong Kong, coupled with targeted events and digital platforms, aims to deepen client engagement and attract new high-net-worth individuals. The bank's focus on experiential services, such as celebrity meet and greets and sports clinics, exemplifies its effort to differentiate its offerings and build loyalty among an increasingly discerning clientele, all while leveraging Hong Kong's status as a hub for wealth and innovation. CNN's exploration of online swearing reveals that, contrary to popular stereotypes, Americans are among the most prolific users of vulgar language online, with high frequencies of fuck and its variants. The study, analyzing 1.7 billion words across 20 English-speaking regions, shows that Americans, Britons, and Australians all use profanity, but in different ways and contexts. Americans tend to swear most frequently, yet they avoid some words like bloody, while Australians, known for their colorful vernacular, use a broader variety of creative spellings but do so less online. The research underscores that swearing serves vital social and emotional functions, building rapport, expressing humor, and signaling solidarity, rather than simply being crude or offensive. Cultural norms influence how and when people swear, with Americans valuing individual expression in private or anonymous settings, and Australians being more open in public discourse. The findings challenge the notion that swearing is inherently negative, illustrating instead its role as a natural, culturally embedded form of human communication that has persisted through social and technological shifts. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rhymes. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story always first. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end. Connecting hearts through every word, China's story